All right, guys. So this has been a pretty tough morning for me because not only did we trade George Pickens, but I was having a bit of webcam issues. My headset for my computer isn't working, so I have to use these like wireless ones, and it has just been a rough one. But the main topic of the video, the Pittsburgh Steelers have traded George Pickens, and my initial thoughts on this is I am pretty sad about it. Like obviously, you guys can see the poster. I got to take the poster down now. George Pickens, he's grew to be like one of my favorite players in the 3 to 4 years that we had him. I understand that there was a lot of headaches with him. He was going to be up for a new contract. He would take plays off and all of this stuff. I know the 40 pluses, the 50 pluses, the 60 pluses. You guys out there are pretty excited about this. You guys are pretty happy about this. And I think in the long term, I will end up being happy about this. But for right now, I'm pissed off. I'll be honest. I am pretty pissed off because it's like we begged and pleaded to get another wide receiver to put alongside George Pickens. Then we go and get DK Metcalf, who is better than George Pickens. That's what everybody says. But it's like, I'll grow to like have this be a bad take. I understand, but like I don't care about DK Metcalf. He's a Pittsburgh Steeler now. That's awesome and great, and I'm sure eventually I will care about DK Metcalf. But George Pickens was our guy, man. George Pickens was my guy. George Pickens was like a wide receiver that fell, and it was like, nobody believed in him, and he was had this chip on his shoulder, and that's like the kind of attitude he played with. Now, always that doesn't always work. There was a lot of plays where like he wouldn't block or like he wouldn't run the routes, and like if you pay him, then you just encourage that behavior, right? And so I understand logically, but sometimes logic can make you sad, right? Like I'm allowed to be upset that 1 plus 1 equals 2, right? Like I can be, it's true. 1 plus 1 does equal 2. It will always equal 2, but I can still be sad that it equals 2, right? And so, yes, I woke up and we traded George Pickens, and then like I'm trying to record a video and just nothing is working for me. I got to go to work in like 20 minutes and I'm going to be late, but I have to talk about this. I have to talk about this George Pickens situation. And so, like I said, I am pretty sad about it. What did we get for George Pickens? We got a third round pick in next year's draft and a fifth round pick in 2027, which I guess is fair draft compensation. That's what everybody says. He says it's fair. He says, but I know for a fact, and we all know for a fact that George Pickens is a dog, and he's like literally one of the best wide receivers in the NFL. And so the fact that we got a third and a fifth, I'm pissed off about it because we know he's going to go to the Cowboys and he's going to eat. He may be a headache or whatever. He may, do this off the field shit, on the field shit. Like that may happen, and we'll have to see what happens with that. But like we know his play on the field is outstanding, and we also know that among his frustration, like let's be honest, like I mean, you guys saw the draft picture, right, of him getting drafted and him staring at the TV. I don't know George Pickens personally, but I will say like he's not just getting mad for no reason. Like we had Kenny Pickett and Matt Canada throwing to the guy. We had Mason Rudolph throwing to the guy. We've had the worst offense ever. Like this is the situation he's been put in. And he's just supposed to just be okay with that. It's nice. Like, it's amazing that George Pickens just has to deal with this, right? But for other players, when shit happens, like, and they get upset, it's like, oh, he's a fiery competitor. Like, he just loves the game so much. But George Pickens gets mad, and he's a distraction, and he's like a hindrance to the team, and he's a cancer to the team. That is just, my takes on it. Now, like I said, eventually I will probably grow to, be okay with this move. I'll probably be okay with this move in like 2 hours. But for right now, like I said, I'm pretty sad about it, and I know a lot of you guys out there are pretty sad about it too. But the most sad person I believe in the entire world right now is Pickensburg, because Pickensburg, this Twitter account, he's been how do I want to say? He's just been like a Steelers fan for a while. Obviously, the George Pickens things has happened, and like he's just been an account right on Twitter. So they took my idol away from me. They took my hero away from me. They took my friend. You can see the Vince McMahon gif here. Pickensburg is in the mud, man. We have lost every play. Like I know the 2020s haven't been a great era for us. Like we've had Kenny Pickett, Matt Canada. It just hasn't really been a good time for us. But all of these players that like we've acquired, I've grown to love because they're Pittsburgh Steelers, and I'm a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. That just is what it is, right? And now they just keep leaving, and that is a part of growing up. That is a part of getting older. Is all these players are gonna, go their separate ways. But shit, man, it's like, can we get a player to just stick on the team for a little bit of time? Like, can we get one player that is always gonna be a Steeler? Like, can we get one player that is gonna play for the team for like generations to come? But no, it's like we'll use you for 2-3 years, and then we'll ship you out of here, right? And the Pittsburgh Steelers, when it comes to wide receivers, we normally trade wide receivers right before, shit goes left, right before that, like their career just kind of plummets. And so, like I said, like the logic is, this is a good trade, but the emotion, the pain, the sadness, like it's all still there. Like I can still be upset about this. You can still be upset about this, just like you can still be happy about this. Like if you were happy that we got rid of George Pickens, then congratulations. Today is a fantastic day for you. But I'm sitting here about to go to work for 10 more hours, about to, like I don't have right now I'm pretty pissed off in life right now. And so the fact that I have this fucking poster over here, we got rid of George Pickens. I got to take the poster down. My webcam looks like shit. It's like, fuck, man. Can I get a break? Can the Pittsburgh Steelers get a break? Are we just throwing it in for this season? We literally threw it in this season. Like maybe trading George Pickens doesn't necessarily mean you're tanking, but it's like we don't get better without George Pickens, do we? Do we get, maybe that's going to be a hot take too. Somehow, some way, we are going to get better without George Pickens. And I can't stand those people, man, who are like who just say these things like, "Oh, we're going to get better with George Pickens. If we trade TJ Watt, like somehow that's going to be better in the long term." It's like maybe that's true, but that just doesn't really seem to make sense. We're getting rid of a top wide receiver for a third round pick next year, and that's going to make this team this year do better. We're talking about an organization and a fan base that continuously slanders Mike Tomlin for not winning a playoff game, that continuously slanders this team for being kind of stagnant. And while we're being stagnant, we're getting slandered for not winning a playoff game. We're making the team worse by trading George Pickens this year. In the long term, maybe we'll be better, but for right now, we are a worse team today than we were yesterday. That's just my opinion on it. If you guys disagree, then you disagree. But fuck, man, like we really traded George Pickens, man. We really got rid of George Pickens. It's some happier news though. Justin Tucker, he got cut, so Chris Boswell's the GOAT. What else do we have to talk about? Okay, this is going to be all of our compensation next year in 2026. We have a first round pick, a second round pick. We have 3 third round picks, 2 fourths, 2 fifths, 2 sixths, 2 sevenths. We'll maybe trade this up to get a quarterback in the future, like in 2026. If Arch Manning comes out, if like Drew Sellers or whatever, there's a lot of quarterback prospects in 2026 for sure. And so, like I said, in the long term, this might be the smart move. But I'm allowed to be pissed off about it right now, just like you guys are allowed to be pissed off about it right now. And to close the video, I do want to put this up. Now they're all gone. Remember this picture? This is when, yeah, we were playing the Jets. We just smoked the Jets. Things were going so well for this team. We were like, the vibes were great on the sideline. And then all of a sudden, all 3 of them are gone, man. Russell Wilson, it's whatever. I don't really care about Russell Wilson. Najee Harris, I tried to tell you guys about Najee Harris a while ago, so that one doesn't really hurt. But George Pickens, man, I never would have thought. I never would have thought we were getting rid of George Pickens. Like I said, I know the writing was on the wall. The tea leaves were there. Like, this guy is just not really, the best for the locker room or whatever. But shit, man, I'm pretty hurt. So I think that is going to do it for me for this video. I apologize that this isn't like the most, in depth. I've been going through a lot of shit this morning. I'll be going through a lot of shit this whole week, this whole month, this whole year. Like, it's been a rough time. And so getting rid of George Pickens stinks. But it is what it is. We will grow from this. We will get better from this. And it is still the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I'm still a Steelers fan. Steelers #1. I got to take down my poster. I'm really pissed off about having to take down the poster. I like the poster. But now that's all over. It's done. George Pickens is gone. Who's going to be next? Boswell, he's getting up there. He's going to retire soon. TJ Watt, he's 35 or some shit. Like, we're going to have to give him an extension. Like, it's, well, at least we still have the Penguins, right? No, at least we still have the Pirates, right? No, oh, I like the Pacers. The Pacers are hooping right now, so it's all in on basketball season. I don't even know why I'm talking about football. It's basketball season, so let me know what you guys think of the George Pickens trade. Let me know your guys' initial reaction from it. Anyways, this has been Zaya from Zaya and the Steelers. Apologies, this video kind of stunk, but it is what it is. I'm pretty sad and I'm pretty shook up from this news. Anyways, I will see you in the next video. Peace out.